Beautiful weather.
Incredible.
It's just Boulder is just that much further along in the fall season because we're a little higher elevation and closer to the mountains.
Principles of Claritas being continuous transformation, enhanced awareness, and choosing for hope, is if we can identify the conditions that were present here that created the container in which something happened, that we will have some keys to structures of governance in organizations.
I would have to say that I see Claritas as a community of practice that I can now go to when I have questions about the organizations that I work with. I see that there's a global field of very wise people, and it's much more than the people. It's transpersonal. All of these individuals have some kind of practice, a spiritual practice or some other way of deep listening that that contributes to an ability to give voice to what wants to happen in an organization, for instance. What is the voice of an organization? How is it asking to transform? How can we as leaders lead into emergence and participate in that transformation and really be of service to it? I think the same line of thought applies to communities of all types. So the principles that have been explored and are continuing to be developed through in Claritas have near universal applicability, and I think we're just at the very beginning of what is possible. We hope to.
I want to thank everybody for this wonderful experience within Claritas. I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into initially that first day, and after I was included, and then I included myself, it was an amazing experience to have the depth of reflection, the depth of conversation, and the creativity and ideas that came out of it was very powerful. I'm hoping to take this experience and do good for the common good. Use it for the common good, and I hope very positively create the opportunity for people to experience a little bit of what I've experienced this 3 days.
The thought that comes to me as I reflect on what we've experienced the last couple of years seemed, for me, okay, I'm going to use the word, it feels like a feminine principle of learning that has not been so much a part of my professional life. These have tended to be more, we come in and we discuss. Okay, and discuss has that kind of pounding against each other, where there was a gentleness to letting things arise without moving too quickly to collapse the field to some conclusion. And therefore being able to hold that space to allow for things to emerge. That space is a feminine container. And for me, the kind of knowing that's related to that, I was talking with Sky just a minute ago, it's the quality of rumination. It's of taking it in and sitting with it and allowing it to work you, as opposed to always having to feel like you have to have the answer or response. And that's what sets you apart as a consultant or leader, is you already have this response, and now you're driving everything according to a predetermined action. And so this ability to kind of sit with something, for me, is a feels like rumination. And it's an internalizing, and I'm being moved by being present here. I'm not just simply an outsider contributing what I already know. And so the principle for me here is this openness to what comes out of what we all individually call together. And my final illusion here is something that Anne taught me, which is this notion of you first begin by calling heaven and earth. You align yourself. And then you come together and create this radiant energy field. And then out of the energy field comes the question. That's what then moves us. And I felt like we were doing that. So, thank you.
Thank you for inviting us to enact the things that we really, really love. To tell our stories in a culture of learning and helping each other to listen to our own stories. Another thing that I've noticed that has given me such satisfaction is we are a group of players, and we began to show the way we play. And I do not mean just play, but troubadours, people, craftspeople, people who have the capacity to bring our love into our work and to have our work totally aligned with what we care about, what the society cares about and needs, and what our community is longing for. And I've participated for, 2.5 days in a wonderful troupe of troubadours who are learning. I am going to be a better troubadour because usually I don't get that chance to really show up that way. And it feels like that is a key to the strength that the universe is, the gentle strength that the universe is bringing to and through our hearts and our connection to each other. So I thank you all hugely.
That the case study brought forward is a good example of Claritas principles. The way that we mindfully engage with others. We are developing a practice around deep listening, around suspending judgment, around developing trust and mutuality. And in the process of that, we're able to be open to different perspectives, alternative ways of thinking, and we're creating a space that allows for innovative attitudes and new thoughts to emerge.